Hello everyone. Bonjour. Salut. Bienvenue, Nuit de Marielle. Welcome to Montreal by Night. Tonight's scene is a continuation of Natalia Belenko's hacking attempts, and it's also a continuation of certain other ventures that she has put thought into and is going to try to, hopefully, see what she can do. So, we shall start the scene as she awakens one particular night and makes preparations to continue with the hacking into this a lot more secure database that she was able to found. Amos Incorporated, a corporate insurance company which seems to crop up in several potential venues in what she assumes to be the rack in Quebec City.
Yes, and as Natalia awakens, if there was a onlooker or someone noticing things, they would notice that, well, for a kindred, and especially for a spot kindred, it is peculiar that Natalia awakens just as the sun goes down. Normally for Sabbat, they seem to sleep, in general, well, a bit longer than normal for their counterparts in the Camarilla. But Natalia awakens just as the sun has gone down, and she's awakens as she does when she sleeps. She awakens in the bathtub in Giles's bathroom. For some reason, she likes sleeping in the bathtub. For some reason. Well, Giles has actually asked about it once, but she just chose to hang up the phone instead of answering him. Anyways, she won't leave the room. She'll just for the moment she'll just sit in the bathtub, clothes on, but just sit and take up her continue on her work on her secure laptop. And a couple of hours will pass, and then she will take off her leather clothing, her hoodie, just put on the hoodie on top of the leather clothing, and just put on her boots and everything. And she'll go down. She will get into her truck, and she will head away from anything that she knows is a spot interest. You find a reasonably reliable internet connection. She will use that, and with that, she will begin to try to approach Amos Security's databases, their network.
Okay, intelligence computers.
And she will spend a willpower point. 6 successes.
Okay. You managed to beat it by 1. So, it takes you ages to get into this place. The security in Amos Incorporated is absolutely... It's beyond anything. Well, I'm not saying it's beyond anything that you could expect you've ever encountered before. More than anything else, it's probably a testament that they've paid quite a lot of money to keep quite a lot of sensitive information sensitive. What scraps of information you do find is, you find that a lot of the corporations which this insurance company seems to center around is mostly based in either France or in Canada, and obviously from what you've discovered, you already know about the corporation, the company on its website. It is a French company that deals mostly with corporate insurance. The particular corporations who are the major ones, which are of its client base, They do run the gamut. It seems like they must hold. It must be a shell corporation because whilst it does have names of quite notable client base, it seems rather odd, in your opinion, that they would have all this stuff on here but no like concrete details. At least with all the security that they have on hand.
Hmm. As she suspected. She will, however, what she will look for first is see if she can find anything on the companies within the city of Quebec and see among, well, other than the two companies very close to each other, somewhat close to each other, she's going to see if she can find any other any other companies that might be insured within Quebec.
With the client base that you find, actually, give me a intelligence investigation check for this because you've already got the information on hand.
Mm. I'm guessing it's at a higher difficulty.
Yeah, for this one, well, because you don't technically you know what you're looking for, but it would be an investigation check for this. So I'll just ask you to roll straight intelligence at a difficulty of let's say a difficulty 7.
There it is.
Okay, 3 successes. There's 1 or 2 corporations, at least on the official client list, which well on the client list that you're able to find. The 2 that you do find are actually that's not even a word. They're companies which are national corporations in Canada. They're like import export, or they're transportation transportation corporations. With a little bit of digging about, they don't seem to have any real connection to the establishments, the buildings that you did have on the Amos Incorporated website, what you worked from their databases. Though it's enough to suggest that Amos does have somewhat of an interest in Quebec City proper, if only by proxy of these corporations, which are its client in its client base. Now, obviously, from your own research, the majority of its clients are in France rather than Canada.
Okay. Oh, with the Camarilla, one would expect certain support from the old world. Well, she's not old enough to call it that, but Europe seems to, what should we call it, be home turf for them.
Yeah.
So
actually, give me an intelligence support law check.
Oh, that is 3 successes.
Okay. You'll generally be aware of the areas which the Sabbat do congregate. Whilst there are some packs which are founded in France, there's not quite a lot of territory, well, at least permanent territory, that the Sabbat has in France. They have some across the border with Spain, and in some like little enclaves here and there. But for the most part, France is under Camarilla occupation. That's the general vague idea that you get with 3 successes.
All right. She's going to attempt to put in, what shall we say? She's trying to go. She'll work a little bit on inputting some backdoors in that will make it easier if she ever needs to look at their stuff again. Do you want me to roll for that?
Yeah, make this intelligence computers. You're trying to like hardwire something in, so let's make this a D7. Well done.
That is 3 successes.
Okay, dokes. All right.
She will notice. Is there any names like owners of the some of the companies that are insured or owned by it, or is it all?
Nope, it's just the company names.
Hmm, damn it. Oh well. So can she confirm from here that indeed those 2 clubs are an interest of this company?
She can make that assumption.
Okay. Can she? Can I find any reference to the third, Maurice, the Maurice Lounge thing?
No.
Interesting. But there's no other like concrete places in Quebec that is like noticeable from here.
Nothing that's noticeable at the moment.
Mm.
Like I said, you've got a general idea of its major clients.
Mm.
And considering that you've spent as much time and dedication on trying to crack this system, that's... Well, you don't have common sense, so I can't tell you that.
Mm. Yeah,
Sorry, I keep forgetting who actually
but
has common sense in this game and who doesn't.
yeah, it's quite all right. Natalia will for the moment she'll be happy and she managed to get in, and that's always something in her mind. She will pack up and she will head for the underground.
The underground city.
The underground city. And yeah, she'll have a walk around. She'll start at the culture center, the culture area. Just see if the general mood, I don't know if you could call it that, has changed. If there is a maybe slight difference in how the mood is down here, or is it completely the same?
Generally speaking, I'm sorry for doing that really big sigh. I know. Anyway,
No, it's
yeah, I don't like doing that sigh. It reminds me too much of someone. Anyway, getting on to less weaponized autism. The mood that you receive when you head down into the underground city, it doesn't feel all that much different from well, the last time you were down here. But
okay.
the place is noticeably quieter. I mean, there's still hobos here. There's still, homeless people, still security guards.
Fair enough. Natalia will study mostly the more artistic part of this place and just have a look at the stores there and the venues. And she will go. And is there like? I'm guessing that it's of some standard. There's not like a real dive bar here, right?
There's some, yeah, there's some degree of standards here. This isn't like the Point.
All right, I thought so.
But yeah, literally this place has pretty much anything that you'd expect any other district to have. If you want to look on the Wikipedia article, feel free. But generally speaking, this place has mostly like shopping areas and malls, apartments, hotels, that type of thing.
All right.
The art place that you mentioned, and now I've just had a complete brain fart. but that's to be expected. That's no worry.
That's not a problem.
Yeah, the underground, this particular district that you're looking for. Plaster arts. You find that there's well, it has like a connection to the Museum of Contemporary Arts, the Université de Québec à Montréal, the Hotel Hyatt Regency. I mean, most of the stuff that they have is, most of it's in the French language and it just goes over your head. But being fluent in English, you can kind of like see the connections.
Yeah, and
or if it has Montreal with like the E with the whole accent on thing there, you think that probably means Montreal.
Yeah, she'd guess that. But this is a little too. I mean, it's all a little too fancy for her, to be honest. For her to, well, she could probably stay down here somewhere if she began to cool with people, but it's a little too fancy for her, to be honest. She's gonna leave. She's gonna go to St. Catherine Street, and well, she's gonna go not exactly. She's gonna go outside it, but she's gonna look for more. Not rough areas of town, but just more run down, more, cheaper, I suppose you could call it. Maybe where some of the more less straight members of society hang out. Not necessarily criminals, but I don't know.
Well, you could always try the gay village if you're looking for less straight people.
Well, that's not really what I meant, but no.
Well, you threw it up in the air. I just had to hit it. I'm sorry.
Master of puns. I should have seen it coming.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Oh, there we go again. Keep on coming.
Yes.
2
in a minute. Nice one.
Yeah. She is. She's gonna look like see something, a place that is not within the rack, but is a place that is more grungy, more like maybe like a punk bar or like punk rock place. But it's while she's doing this, as she's thinking of it. Actually, she hasn't really begun. She'll just stop the car and park. She'll just dig through her bag and she'll fish out and she'll look at a photo she found. Of someone that looks very, very, very much like her. She's going to spend some time. Is there any, from what all of the information I got from the website, is there any timestamp or anything on that picture?
Nope. I mean, obviously, considering how high quality it is, it had to have been taken with a high definition camera. So, and high definition cameras haven't been around for all that long. Like maybe the last 5 years or so. Like we're talking like full on like 1040 resolution here.
Natalia's going to begin to watch, or
I think it's 1040 anyway. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I think it's true. That's right. Natalia's going to look for. She's going to do a broad search. Maybe she's going to find herself. But she's going to search for punk bands that might frequent or play in Quebec more often, and it's going to be more underground, smaller bands that might be just in general from Canada, but it's just going to start with Quebec, and she's going to spend some time doing this.
All right, that would be intelligence plus. I would say streetwise if you're trying to go for the underground gangs, but you don't have streetwise, so just make a straight intelligence.
Oh, I know what I'm beginning to go with. I'll begin to spend my goddamn XP. Just got one in everything.
Yeah. This will be D8, I think, because you're trying to be very specific.
Ooh, yes, I got a success.
All right, 1. There's a handful of underground punk bands which perform in Quebec. You know, you can name at least 10 of them because there's kind of a scene there, and some people have like their own YouTube channels and things that they put up on like Bandcamp and things like that.
She's gonna comb through it, and she's gonna see if she can find
they're basically these are basically the World of Darkness equivalent to garage bands.
Yeah,
They probably have done their own version of Master of Puppets, which is more noise than anything else, and they have some utterly atrocious names which are never going to be uttered on. Well, maybe it might get uttered on some obscure like music forum somewhere. But they have like really horrendous names like Clip 45 and weird shit like that. You wouldn't like they have like they have names like I'm trying to think of some weird punk names, but all I'm thinking of are actual punk band names. Like Clip 45 is one I didn't make up. That one is actually an actual punk band.
Yeah, I mean,
They're real.
It's not going to be very.
And also, they're also. I remember those specifically because they all got decked by a bunch of Star Wars nerds. Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, they have names like Clip 45, the Sex Gang Children, the Dave Clark 5, the Birmingham 6, and friggin' who was that bloke who like shot up that church? The one that got the death sentence.
Oh
no, that guy's fan club. In fact, that is a real. In fact, we'll call him that. That guy's fan club.
That guy's fan club is actually a very good name for a band.
Yeah, that's
actually a very good band.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Okay.
Yeah, that guy's fan club, performing live at
that guy's
you.
Awesome band name. Anyways,
great for a pack name as well. Just me stirring the pot there.
That guy's fan club. That has to be our pack name. You do know that, right?
Either that or it's got to go on the bucket list somewhere.
The bucket list could be a pack name.
Yeah, that could be it.
Anyways, she's going to look at Facebook pages and she's going to look at performances. Is there anyone that looks like her? Or is there anything she could find where she suddenly finds someone that looks familiar?
No. At least not from the Facebook pages and the video files and anything else that you might be able to find. It's almost as if whoever this is either made one appearance in public and then just seemingly disappeared.
It is now official suggestions, both of them.
Say again?
That is, pack name, it's now official suggestions.
Okay.
Well. She's actually a bit haunted by this picture. She's really not happy. When she looks at the picture, is it just like how sharp? It's taken by a high def picture, but
yeah,
it's the front singer. But can she see any of the others performing?
Yeah, you can. But you'd be hard pressed to find out who exactly these people are.
God damn.
I mean, with your own searches that you've done so far.
Oh well. Natalia is in slight irritation. Just gonna. She's probably gonna punch something in the car. She just curses a bit to herself as she's really annoyed that someone has either mind fucked her or looks almost identical to her, and that really pisses her off. Because she doesn't like the fact that they're cheap copies of her. She finds that fairly offensive.
Yeah.
Um,
And he gets some guy driving past you as you do that, and he leans out the window and shouts, "Stop being so violent!"
Obviously, a Russian slur will just be flung out from the car, and a middle finger will be raised, and she will begin to drive home.
Okay.
And she will head into her room or the bathroom.
Mhm.
And yeah, I believe that this will be the moment we end our scene.
That's perfectly fine. In that case, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you, player, for playing. We thank you, watchers, for watching. And we hope to see you all again very, very soon. Au revoir, mesdames et messieurs. Praise Cain.